The old battle axe, cut. My darling wife has asked me to do a video about my filtration system. Well, I haven't built it yet. I keep on telling her I'm still designing it. The problem I've got, it's not like England, America, Germany, Japan, places like that where you can go on Amazon and say, yeah, I'll have 4 of them, 3 of them, ding, and next day it's sent. It's not like that over here. You got to go on Lazada. 90% of the stuff you want they haven't got, and when you actually find something that you want, you think, great, right? So you order it. 4 weeks later you get a notification you weren't home when they tried to deliver. Well, let me know. And so you start moaning, oh, it's gone back to the, been sent back to the supplier. Well, why didn't they deliver it? Oh, it was too heavy for the motorbike. And so that's what you're up against. But that's going to be the challenge. That's what's going to make it fun. Or frustrating. Either way, it's going to start with F. There's going to be a lot of Fs. My darling wife has asked me to explain my filtration system. Now, I've told her a couple of times, I haven't built it yet, still designing it. But I'll be able to give you a rough idea on what I got planned. Now, currently I got 5 of these barrels. I will end up with 20. Now, you may ask, why 20? Well, to be honest, that was the first number that came into my head when she looked up and said, how many barrels do you want? 20. Actually, I can get away with less, but I just want to have them. Now, how it will work with the filter system is everybody knows that water finds its own level. Now, most of the filter systems that I've seen people doing on YouTube in the Philippines is they put a sump pump in the pond, extract all the dirty water into a filter, trickles down through, back into the pond. That's not the way to do it, in my opinion, and what I've learned. Because water finds its own level, what you've got to do is have a bottom drain in the pond going into your first barrel. And then these barrels are connected in sequence. So the first few barrels will be mechanical filtration. The next set of barrels will be biological filtration. And then you would end up with a trickle filtration before it gets back into the pond. All using just one pump that is only pumping clean water. You don't need to put the pump into the pond to siphon out the dirty water. That's where most people go wrong. Lowers the life of the pump, and also it's chewing up all the rubbish at the bottom of the pond. So it's making it in the solution. And let me show you what I'm trying to explain with some that I've already started. Now, if you see that barrel, inside there, inside the barrel, I put a tub. Now, the water will go in through to the bottom of the barrel, through hopefully a 4-inch pipe if I can get the correct fittings, and all the waste, all that will be fed in through gravity, right, with water trying to find its own level. And what will happen is, now if you have a look inside there, you can see that's 6mm hose. So nothing, the water will rise from the barrel up to here. There'll be a connector somewhere here, right, going out into the next barrel, and they work in sequence. So you'll have a 6mm hole, so all the twigs, leaves, stuff like that won't be able to go through. There won't be nothing else in there, no brushes, nothing, because I would have liked the vortex, but you can't get the vortexes. So when I put the plumbing piping in, I'll try and create a false vortex, and so the water's spinning as it comes in, but it won't that fast because it's gravity fed. But then the water will find its own level up to here, ready to go into the next one. Well, the next one, so you can imagine another blue barrel in sequence going into this one. This is 3mm, all 3mm hose. So nothing bigger than 3mm if you had to come through. Ideally just water. Now I understand that water, if there's waste in solution, it can still get through. Like muddy water can still get through 3mm. But it will stop the twigs, the leaves, everything. Now, if you can imagine these barrels in sequence, those first two barrels, 6mm, 3mm, and then you'll go into what they call filter brushes. There'll be a barrel full up with brushes. So the water goes in, it's got to go up through all the brushes before it gets to the top, drops down again, got to go up through Japanese matting. Now Japanese matting can be both mechanical and biological when it comes to filtration, so it's a good transition from the mechanical side into the biological side. So then once it goes through the Japanese, there may be 2 chambers of Japanese matting of different sizes, different densities. Then it will start going through different mediums right to the last barrel, which will have the sump pump in. So the sump pump is only then pumping clean water. That will pump the water up into a 4-chamber, 4 of these things, these tubs. I haven't worked out how I'm going to do it yet. But the water trickles down through back into the pond where there'll be more filtration. So the whole sequence will remove all the ammonia, all the nitrates, and so the pond is being constantly refreshed with clean water. That's the concept. But I've got to build it out of the things that are available here. I'm struggling with media. When I show you the media chambers, I've been trying to get hold of some K1. I've ordered some on Lazada. I'm hoping I'll receive it, but I'm not banking on it, you know. And but then, like I said, that's what makes it interesting. Now, if you look at this area here, this is where I will be having my koi carp pond. That room there, which she thinks is going to be a sewing room, she's going to be disappointed, is going to be how I get into this area without having to go through all the gates. I'll put another metal door in, probably in the back, build a wall there or a fence there, all fenced down here, all in railings, all matching those type of railings over there. I want a long wall going through here, right? So this whole area is walled off and fenced off. It won't be used for building materials like it is at the moment. It'll be all completely fenced off. We've got to find another home for this, and this will be the area with the view. It's too nice to use as a builder's yard, but it'll be this will be the area that I'll be building my koi carp pond and filtration system. It'll be a long project, but hopefully I'll have some fun doing it. I'm stuck at home now because of all this COVID-19 crap. And so I just have a new hobby, something I always wanted to do. I built a pond once and filled it all in because I was getting grief. I had a little one on the way, and I didn't want the worry, you know. So I agreed to cement it all over. But so this is where it's going to go. Some nice sand there, and I got a problem with the mango tree, but if it's indoors or roofed over, I'll try and get it over there as close as possible, and then all this can be garden. Right. The interesting project. I see she's the gates got more welding on this morning. That's good. Stop the dogs coming in. They've done a nice job on that gate. Pleased with that. And let's stop the dogs from coming out. We might be able to, only puppies, I don't think big dogs will be able to go through there. And yeah, pleased with all that. Gotta get all this area cleaned up. Always something to do. There's been a nice concrete area here.